For the right to play in next Monday's national championship game in Miami, we are underway here in New Orleans. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Right side, Ragland, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses as close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play actional or stick something to him between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. A nice throw right there, Charles. What a season this young man's had at the quarterback position. 44 touchdown passes, just the 6 interceptions. You'd have to think definitely ticketed to be one of the top picks in the draft come April.
I absolutely agree with that, and the numbers tell a good part of his story. But they don't tell everything. You got to put together the whole package, how respected he is by his teammates, what a leader he is. And that goes along with the numbers you just mentioned. And that's why he is going to be one of those top 10 picks that you suggested, maybe one of 5 or 6 quarterbacks taken in the 1st round in this year's draft.
They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. We're scoreless after 1. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, Charles, we talked earlier about the upcoming draft and where this young man at quarterback might be taken. It seemed like you and I, it's a consensus. We think early on, top 10. So now if you look at a landing spot, what teams, what openings could you see for 2021 for him?
And I think you're right to put it as a top 10 selection for him, and that's where we need to focus our attention. And when you look at the top of the board, well, the number 1 overall pick is Jacksonville. And really, do they have a quarterback? So I would look there. At number 2 with the Jets. Wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from Sam Darnold and decided to take someone in that slot. 3, Miami. That's where things get tricky. A lot of people talk about taking a quarterback there. I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck with 2. In Atlanta, I think will stick with Matt Ryan. So the top 2 selections up for grabs. And then after that, Detroit could be a possibility. Could Carolina be a possibility? There are a number of teams that will get into that quarterback market.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
From the end zone, Daniel. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah,
oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. USC gets set here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A 1st down carry here for Charles. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Final shot before the break, Daniel. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Takes it at the 7.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Daniel going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Daniel. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him.
Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
They'll run on first down. Ragland, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's caught. Touchdown, USC. Justin Robbins there to make the grab. And the Trojans add on to their lead. Well, that's something, Charles, that we have seen so much this year from him. A great throw there for the touchdown.
And not only did we just see that throw, it makes you think back throughout the season. You talked about it. We've seen it throughout the year. The variety of throws we've seen from him. We've seen every arm angle, different platforms, on the move, in the pocket. Does he have to gun it? Does he loft it? He has all the throws in his arsenal, and he just exhibited one more there for another touchdown.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Daniel. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Hurricanes. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Hurricanes are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Trojan offense ready to get their next drive started. Now, they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Daniel. And Dye brings it in. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Daniel now to throw. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Daniel. He finds his man complete. That's Frazier. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Frazier. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this is no good. Oh, by a matter of inches, he missed it wide to the right. Well, it would have been a long one, but that was a spot that they put themselves in, Charles, forcing him to try from long distance, and he comes up empty.
And you know what happens oftentimes when you're trying to kick a little bit beyond your range, you overkick it, right? Don't get all of it. In this situation, they cannot point fingers at him. They've got to go back and examine their play calls, how they tried to traverse the ball down the field, and why they didn't get bigger chunks of yardage in order to set up a field goal that was much more manageable.
Yeah, because 5 to 10 yards there could have made a world of difference. And that'll set them back 5. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So that'll back him up 5. And that'll be a Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Perhaps the center has a little stage fright here. Let's see if he can do better this time. It's now 1st and 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. So led by a collective team effort,